Yo, what is going on today, guys? Today we're going to be going over how to make your Canon DSLR camera into a webcam, and then how to make it go from looking like something like this, wherever I put these. But normal, fucking excellent. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. Alright guys, so to start this off, the first thing you're going to need to do is go download a couple pieces of software from the Canon website. The first one is the Canon Webcam Utility, and the second one is the Canon Utility app. Alright, so to find these, just go ahead and go over to your internet browser here and type in Canon Webcam Utility. Alright, it's going to bring you up. Number one link, going to bring you right here. So you scroll down, and these are all the cameras that are compatible with this software. Your EOS cameras, and then you have your PowerShot cameras. Me, myself, I have a EOS Rebel T6. And the reason I chose to go this route, instead of going and, you know, spending a lot of money, like I did on this Elgato Cam Link, 4K Cam Link, is because I've learned the hard way that my camera does not have a clean HDMI out. So it left me with this autofocus box around my face at all times, which is not good for anyone looking at you on stream, because you just have this box over your face that your camera is constantly trying to autofocus on. So the first thing I did was I went here, downloaded this, went to this guy, clicked on my camera. So for you, click on your camera that you need, and you're going to come in here and you're going to download two things. You're going to download the webcam utility, and you're going to download this EOS utility. All right. Once you have both of those downloaded, then you're going to be ready for this next step. All right. Next step here. Let's get rid of this window capture. Bam. Okay. So once you've downloaded the EOS Webcam Utility, it's going to be found automatically in OBS. You're not going to want to start there, because it's not going to look the best it can. Because with this software, it is only 1280 by 720p, or 1280 720, and it's only 30 frames per second. So you're going to need to do some adjustment to make this look like a DSLR camera and not just some basic ass webcam. All right. So to do this, first thing you're going to do is you're going to go in and open up that EOS Utility app, and it's going to bring this window up right here for you. Right here. So it's going to bring this window up, and you're going to need to click on remote shooting. Another window capture here so you can see this. All right. All right, once you clicked on remote shooting, it's going to bring you to this window right here. And in this window, you have all of your settings. If any of you have researched this already and started doing this, everywhere online tells you to go, you're going to need to set this to the recording function on your camera, like you're going to record a video. Don't do that. Okay. Maybe your camera might be different than mine, and maybe that's the only way it'll work. I'm not sure. I'm speaking from my experience with my camera that I have, and I found that the best settings are on manual. You're going to need to go to manual. You're going to need to set this up to your camera to make it look best for the scene that you're in, the room that you're in. Because right now I have no lights on in this room. I have a little backdrop light, and I have a forward facing like ring light. So where to go from here? Click on the live view shoot. Okay, so to start things off, when you first turn it on to manual settings, these are all manual settings. They're all going to be completely needing to be redone, okay, on your camera, unless you've already messed with your manual settings. For me, when I first got this DSLR camera, I was, using auto for everything. I would just pick certain scenes and the auto white balance for outside, and it was good. I didn't realize how much I was actually missing out on as far as making a picture look better when you set things up to manual for yourself. Setting things up in manual helps make your video or image look a lot better. So the first thing you're going to need to do is flip those settings to manual. You're going to come over here and start messing around with these settings to what works the best for your scene. I'm going to show you what works the best for mine, so that way you can have a baseline to try to go off of, and then change these up the best that you, or to what fits your needs. All right, so for me, depending on what kind of lights you have in your room, you are going to need to take this shutter speed, and you're going to need to jack it all the way up to the highest setting it will go. For me, it was bulb. So once I clicked on bulb, see, already it's making my camera look a lot better. The next thing you're going to need to do is go over to your aperture. I set mine around f8, and that kind of helps with some of the tones that are in my face. Kind of brings out like it kind of helps not overexpose, like where it's like super like white and blotchy on my forehead. Like you can kind of see over here-ish when I have my head turned a certain way. But as it focuses, because right now it's still set to that auto white balance, which we're going to get into in a minute, it'll kind of focus it out and fix it. You see, it's like, you'll see it kind of change, kind of go back and forth there. All right, so, and then after this, the next thing I did is I went and adjusted my ISO speed. The ISO speed, I just took it all the way up as high as it would go. And these were some of the best settings for me. Everything else, your image quality, I mean, that's really just going to be for actually taking photos. That's not going to be for your live view mode. The next thing you're going to have is your white balance. And this is what is giving it that, like I was talking about earlier, it kind of, you see that color shift there. That is okay if you like that. I didn't want it doing that constantly, like while I was playing. If I get up and then it changes the color of my picture or something like that. So what I did was I set it down to custom, which kind of drops all of that out of there. Set it to custom, then you can adjust these things yourself, so it's not doing that all the time or doing it quite as much. It still will, but not as bad. Okay, and then the next thing I went and did was, you got down here in the picture style. Right now it's set to auto. You got a whole bunch of different picture styles. You can do a more user-defined, something that fits your needs. Or what else? Another one I really like is portrait mode. Portrait mode looks pretty good. It gives you that like the nice smooth tones in your skin. And I really like the portrait. But you can also, once you get into portrait, you click on details set down here, and you can go ahead and adjust these yourself. The sharpness, the contrast, you can up the contrast in it a little bit, take it down. Where was this one at? I think it was down right here. The saturation, or even the color tones. That's just for your flash there, and then this is the live view movie functions there. All right, and then once you're done with that, you can come over here to this window. Okay, so yeah, put this box on your face right here, where you normally sit at the most, and then go back over here to this window. I like to leave this on autofocus because sometimes I accidentally bump it when I'm like moving my other camera around, and I don't want it to ever go out of focus. So I leave it on autofocus, and where I normally sit at most of the time, I'll put that box around my face, and then you're just going to hover over this button. And you're going to see that it auto-focused in, it's locked in, that's where my face is. You can change this from focus to face live mode. This is what it looked like when I had my my live cam on, which this is good too. It automatically tries to focus to your face, but it's, from what I found, is not going to do this in OBS when you have left this app, because this is not what you're going to be using to put your video on display in OBS. So you can also do quick mode, and quick mode you do the same thing here, and you just put it over your face, over your general area, and hover over this and lock it in place for where you want it focused. Manual selection, you can do automatic selection. See, so it's kind of like this is where it needs to be. But for me though, I like the flexi zone single focus there. And I'll just have it lock in on where I am. All right, so once you're done here, the next thing you're going to do is just go ahead and close this, and we're going to go ahead and pop over to OBS and continue on from here. All right, guys, so from here, now we're in OBS. I'm sorry for the crazy display here, but this is the only way I could figure out how to actually display what we need to do in OBS, since OBS won't let you pick up OBS in a window capture. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a display capture device. And once you do this, you're going to have it pop up here. Let me move it over so my bottom camera is not blocking anything. So for me, the first device that popped up was my EOS Webcam Utility. That is what you're going to need to select from this category, is EOS Webcam Utility. This Webcam Utility app, it limits the video signal to 1280-720 and 30 frames per second. So for me, I don't ever leave anything on device default. I put everything to custom and what it should be. If it's 980 60 or 1080 60 frames, I select 1080 60 frames. For this one, it's 720 30, so that's what I select. Video format really doesn't matter. There's only one, so I mean I just select the one that's there. The color space, since this is a DSLR, doesn't matter either. I put it on 601 because that's what all of my other webcams are, and that's what they look best at. Color range, from full, you can kind of see that it pops some of the colors out, and it makes the blacks not look as black in your color and the colors that are there. So I like to leave it on partial, and you can see like the green in my hoodie here, it actually looks more green. So I like to put that on partial. Buffering here, if you set it to buffering, it when enabled, it buffers the video to the smoothest and most accurate possible. But for face cams, that's not ideal because it will increase the latency, and at times it'll make it so the audio does not match your mouth. So that's not ideal for face cams. So I always set that to disable for my face cams. All right, and so from there, now we have our camera, and this is what it looks like so far. I've already applied the filters to it. So for the filters that I applied a LUT. A LUT is a lookup table. It adjusts the color ranges that are in your photo or video. So this is what it looks like without the LUT. And this is what it looks like with the LUT. So for these LUTs that I have, I found another streamer who has some LUTs. This one was for his DSLR, which he had a Panasonic Lumix LUT here. And I found that this looked really good for mine. And so I used that one. And for like all my other ones, I use another one that he had, which was for a Logitech C922, which is what I have on my GoPro right now. So for these, I will be dropping these in my Discord underneath a category called Stream Help. I'll be putting those down there so you can apply these to your cameras and use which one looks best for you. And the next filter that I did was a color correction, which I really don't do too much with the color correction. I maybe adjust the gamma a little bit and the contrast and the brightness a little bit. And I mean, that's it for now. So, all right, guys, I mean, I hope you found this video informative, and if you did, please be sure to hit a like button, hit the subscribe button for future how-to videos, and if you have any questions, comments, please be sure to drop into my my live streams. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on Twitch, and come through, ask some questions if you need some help. If you have any ideas for some future content of this channel, future how-tos, drop them in the comments section below, and I'll try my best to help you guys out in any way possible. I got some more how-tos coming out in the future, so hope to see you guys soon, and see you guys in the chat, in the live stream, and as always, man, you guys stay safe out there. It's freaking 2020 all over again happening. All right, I'll catch you guys later.